What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is time for the Bundesliga Week 26 predictions. Now, amidst the Champions League, Europa League and Conference League games, the last round of Bundesliga fixtures was the most difficult one to predict. If we take a look back at some of the results from the previous game week, we had Bayer Leverkusen losing at home, Bayern Munich losing at home, Borussia Dortmund losing at home. So many crazy results. We did predict Leipzig to draw, I guess, but we had Eintracht Frankfurt losing at home. It was just absolutely insane. So we're back today for some more Bundesliga. So please do, if there was ever a week to leave your predictions in the comments, drop them down below. Leave a like, subscribe while you're down there. We just reached 32,300 subscribers. I really, really do appreciate that. Flashing up on the screen are all of the people that are supporting me over on the Patreon. You get exclusive members tips and accumulators. You can message me directly whenever you want. And of course, you get a shout out in every single video. So if that's something you'd be interested in, then click that top link in the description. But let's delay no further for the first game on Friday night. It is St. Pauli up against Hoffenheim. Now, I did expect Hoffenheim to beat Heidenheim at home here. It ended 1-1. St. Pauli drawing 1-1 with Wolfsburg. That's a great result. It's quite rare we see both teams to score in St. Pauli games. They lost 2-0 on all of those. They did get the 1-1 draw there and they won 2-0 there. So both teams to score is quite rare. But Hoffenheim, they strike me as the kind of team that can concede a goal here and there. I mean, they've conceded in every game except for this 1-0 win against Bochum out of their last 7. So I think Hoffenheim concede again. St. Pauli are favourites here. Hoffenheim 4 points ahead of them in the league. I think they are a better team. So I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 draw. And the tip, it was a cross between BTTS and under 3.5 goals. But I've gone for TSG Hoffenheim double chance and both teams to score at 2.7 instead. After this, it is Augsburg up against Wolfsburg. A lot of draws, both unbeaten in their last 7 games. I think it's going to continue. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, and the tip is going to be both teams to score at 1.8. I think that's fair enough. They're both having decent seasons. There's only 3 points separating the two teams, so very, very close. A win here for Augsburg would be huge. I just think Wolfsburg will be able to hold on. I was a bit surprised they didn't beat St. Pauli here, but still, 2-2 draw, both teams to score. After this, it is Union Berlin up against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich losing out to Bochum. Just absolutely insane. Union Berlin beating Eintracht Frankfurt. So both unexpected results there. Obviously, by this point, you'd expect Bayern Munich will have qualified to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I don't think Bayer Leverkusen overturn a 3-goal deficit. I'm going to go for a 2-1. And I'm going to say, once again, the old faithful tip, Bayern Munich and both teams to score at 3. Very, very good. And if you back that, you could erase the backing of Bayern Munich and both teams to score there. You had it there. You had it. I think we tipped over 3.5 there. You didn't have it there. That was a bit of a freak, but we had it there. There. And this again, we didn't have it, but still, you get odds of nearly 3 every time. So Bayern Munich and both teams to score. After this, it is MUNCH up against Freiburg. MUNCH winning 4 in a row, currently in 3rd place. And I think they give Freiburg their first win, their first loss in the last 6 games. I think they're going to win again. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to MUNCH. I considered doing them to win, but at more or less the same odds, I've gone for both teams to score at 1.9. It's difficult to look past the form here. I mean, they haven't scored in these last 2, but Augsburg and Leipzig are good opponents. They beat Bremen 5-0, St. Pauli 1-0, Heidenheim 1-0, Bochum 1-0. So consistent wins, but I think Mainz are slightly better. I think they are going to get the win. After this, it's Werder Bremen up against Monchengladbach. Bremen coming off the back of 4 losses, going to beat Bayer Leverkusen 2-0. Incredible. And then Gladbach losing to Mainz as well. I did not see that coming. Like I said last week, it was very difficult to predict. This one, I want to shade with Gladbach in the sense that I think they're a better team, but I'm giving Werder Bremen a bit of a home advantage, and we're going to go 1-1. And again, the tip is going to be both teams to score. The odds are much, much lower. This time, kicking it around 1.5. After this, it's RB Leipzig up against Borussia Dortmund. The most horrible game to predict. How do you know what's going to happen? Dortmund have a massive game in the Champions League against Lille. I think I could see Dortmund getting eliminated by Lille in the Champions League. I think maybe even on penalties. I think it's going to be really close. But this game, I am going to go with Leipzig and the home win. Call me crazy. It's so hard to predict. I thought about both teams to score, but Leipzig love to toss up a 0-0. So you never know. But I'm going to go 2-1, and I'm just going to be screw it, balls to the walls. RB Leipzig to win at 2.4. I don't really know for this one. This is a bit of a gut feeling for me, to be honest. After this, it is Bochum up against Eintracht Frankfurt. Frankfurt were doing so well, and they've lost 3 in a row. I think they bounced back here against Bochum, who beat Bayern, but I don't think lightning will strike twice here. I'm going to go 2-1, and the tip is Eintracht Frankfurt to win at 2.2. Following that, we have Heidenheim up against Holstein Kiel. Heidenheim now bottom of the league. They really need a win, and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say that they climb up to 16th place, out of the automatic relegation into the League 2 playoffs spot, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win, much needed 2-1 win, but I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to say both teams to score at 1.66. And the final game of the game week, it's Stuttgart up against Leverkusen. I think Bayer Leverkusen do actually bounce back here. I was disappointed with Stuttgart's last game. I'm going to go 2-1 to Bayer Leverkusen. But in case we see a score draw, I don't think Stuttgart win. We're going to go for Bayer Leverkusen double chance and both teams to score at evens. So there's a summary of my picks. I have both teams scoring in every game, but no team scoring more than twice. Out of curiosity, I've taken the 9 games for the Bundesliga action this weekend and put both teams to score in a 9-fold accumulator, so every single team to score in the Bundesliga, and it gets you odds of nearly 110 to 1. So if you have £1 and you want to see goals in the Bundesliga, then why not chuck it on and just cheer on goals? I think obviously if there was a game where it might not happen, I think St. Pauli Hoffenheim is a little bit of a question mark. Do Union Berlin score against Bayern? Who knows? But ultimately, I think this is just a lot of fun. It'll be really interesting to see. Nevertheless, that is going to do it for this video. Remember, Serie A and La Liga predictions will be up tomorrow, 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. And then the next day, we will be back for the Premier League before we have the March international break. So that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you drop a like, leave your predictions in the comments, and subscribe while you're down there. And I will see you in the next video very soon.